That's right, I brought back Flex Friday, and for the last month, I have picked 4 winners to get a risk-free sweat. Make sure you're in the Discord to qualify.
YouTube faithful, what's going on? Today is Flex Friday on PrizePicks, but their Flex Friday is a little bit suspect. My Flex Friday is going to be 4 winners from the Discord server that are going to get a $25 free roll on Onyx or PrizePicks or ParlayPlay, wherever I decide. The winners will be picked probably in the next hour once this video is live. So get ready for that. If you're new to the channel, I cover NBA, NFL, all the sports, MLB. Like and subscribe to the video. It helps me out, specifically subscribing and liking, and if you want, you can leave a comment. Today I'm going to give you guys 4 of my favorite plays, well, probably more than that. I'm going to give you 2 ones that I think you must play, and then I'm going to give you like 4 other ones that you can or cannot play depending on you. I will give you my take on it, and we will go from there. A couple of the plays that I like are actually juiced under, but we will investigate the matchups and come up with the right decision together. Talk about a few pivots and so forth. So this website that I'm on is Onyx Odds. It is a legal sports book using a sweepstakes model in most states, unless you have like FanDuel or DraftKings. But if you have those books, you don't need this. You can get on there and use code CRUSH and get 100 worth of free bets instantly. All you got to do is play through $10, comment guy. We will discuss that later on in the show, but for now, the first person that we're talking about today is the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Dallas Mavericks, and we are going to be talking about the LeBron replacement like everyone thought, and that is Zion Williamson. And you can see Onyx has his points at 23.5. PrizePicks has it at 22.5, which signals to you that there will be a bump in bound. So you can see right here, Zion is 22 here. It's 23 on Onyx, and Onyx is literally not charging rake for it. So there's that, but you pretty much can almost say that this is going to get bumped up, okay? It'll probably go to 23. Now, what I like with Zion is his PRA, maybe his points. He does project for 25 points. His fantasy score at 38.5. He gets rebounds. He gets assists. He gets points. He gets blocks and steals, but unfortunately, he gets turnovers. So I'm going to pull up my fantasy sheet here, which is live right now. This is in the Discord each and every day, and you can see Zion's only played 6 games this season, but he's averaging 31 minutes, and his usage rate is off the charts. In fact, it's higher than anyone else on this sheet for the most part, except for someone like Jaylen Brown at 30%. A usage rate is how many times the ball is in the player's hands quantified into a number. His fantasy point per minute is 1.2. So what we want to do is take 1.2, multiply it times how many minutes we think he's going to get. He should be getting 34 to 35 unless he's in foul trouble. Andre Drummond, we'll talk about that. So you take 1.2 times 35 and you can get a base projection. And then I add some of my stuff and you can see I have him projected for 43. PrizePicks has him at 38, giving us a differential of 4.6. So it's a slam dunk for the fantasy score either way you slice it. Now, if we go to a random calculator and take 1.2, multiply it times 34, you're going to get 40 fantasy scores. So even if you just do it that way, you're going to get 40. But I have a couple of other things I run in my fantasy algorithm to give the projection at 43, but this is just a baseline. His average fantasy points per minute, 1.2. He should play 34 minutes in a close game, barring foul trouble. First game back, last time he played 29. It was a blowout and foul trouble. If he gets 34, this is where he's going to land on average. This line is super low. Now, the matchup isn't ideal, but we can go look at it together, and you can see I have Zion pulled up right here, right now. Look at the PRA. Versus power forwards, Dallas. Points allowed, they're ranked 19th. Rebounds, 15th. Assists allowed, 10th. So they're not really anything to write home about via the matchup. They're really good rebounds overall, but not necessarily to the power forward, but they are giving up points. So let's go back over here, and these are your options. Points, PRA, fantasy score, or you could do points rebounds for Zion. Now, when you're taking Zion, you have to know injury prone, may get into foul trouble, limited minutes, and turn it over, and or a blowout. All of those things are the invisible hand. It is what it is. Nothing we can do about that. That's what I like for Zion. The model likes it. That's all I got to say. Pick one of those three. When we build that lineup later, we will go from there. The next person that I want to talk about is Coby White. Coby White. I actually typed in wagon. Now, Coby White's playing the Miami Heat, who are playing at the fastest pace right now. He's back from injury, and he has been dealing. 33 versus Portland, which is a significantly worse matchup. Utah 39, and then we don't care about that. In his 2 games back, he's back to form. Even with Josh Giddey there, the man at 28.5, it's just too low. I'm pretty sure his points line used to be 28, 27 once upon a time. Now, if you don't want to take the PRA, you can just go with the points. You could even take his Goblin 1.5 3-pointers made. You could take him at 4.5 assists, but they did bump it down. Again, this is pretty much just a matchup play, Coby White. The point total is amazing. Look at this, 250 point total, 2.5 point spread. You got to take Coby White. If you don't want to take Coby White, you could go with popular Josh Giddey. He's going to be popular for obvious reasons, but I think Coby White is just as good in a matchup that's fast paced. I think he has just as good as an opportunity. Same game, easier path. Obviously, Josh Giddey's minutes are going to be more secure because he hasn't had any issues. But once again, it's 29.5 on Onyx. This is why I'm showing you this. Granted, you'll get more of a payout because it's minus 114 over here, but a bump is possibly incoming. Now, you can also run it back with someone from the other side. You have Powell, Jaquez, Bam Adebayo. All 3 of those are good options. But Coby White's PRA, it's definitely going in the mix. Let me show you this. All right, so here's Coby White, and you can see the head-to-heads, but don't be fooled by these head-to-heads. First of all, it's last season, means nothing. Second of all, Miami used to play at the slowest pace in the league. I would never target players versus Miami. Now they're playing at an upbeat, fast tempo, the fastest, actually, unless it's changed over the last week, couple games. And it hasn't. You can see the pace factor there, ranked first still. They're still ranked first. So it's a pace-up spot. I don't care about the head-to-heads. Look at Coby White's floor and ceiling. He's gone over this line in his last 20, 15 of 20, because this line is too low for what he's capable of. Granted, Josh Giddey wasn't on the team. It's a totally different team. I get all that. Now, look at the similar player list versus Miami, okay? Peyton got there. Buddy Hield, Pods, Hart, Shamet, Hart again, Shamet, Clarkson, Tyson, Merrill, Donovan Mitchell, and Shaedon Sharp. All of those guys went berserk. There's no reason why Coby White and Josh Giddey don't get it done tonight. And if you look at the micro matchups, which I will show you, you're not going to find a better matchup on the slate. Points allowed, 28th. Rebounds, 30th. Assists allowed, 28th. First point guards, 30th in rebounds allowed. Points allowed, 20, and assists allowed, 29. So him and Giddey should absolutely dominate. Now, the point is, I'm taking Coby White. I'm taking Zion in a 2-man PRA. That is that, or just both of their points. I'm fine with either or. You should be too. Now, Josh Giddey's also to be concerned, but look, he's at 18.5. He's super popular. 18.5, yes, he can do it, but asking for 19 RA is just absurd. If there was anyone that can do it, I know it's Josh Giddey. I get it. I used to take it all the time. It's a good spot. I just kind of like the pivot with Coby White, but either or is fine with me. So you could also take Giddey's first half if you'd like. Those two are mint. And then with the fantasy sheet, you can go on here, find all the differentials, get the fantasy points per minute, get their projections and everything else. I also have the hit rate projection sheet up. Normal projections are posted in the Discord. All my picks and slips, and access to my live streams, which there will be a live stream today. I had a personal matter, so there wasn't for the last 2 days. That is over, so now I will be having my live stream today. You can get in right now for $25 a month and get all of that stuff, or you can get in for 30 days free with Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, and ParlayPlay. You sign up with them, use code CRUSH, and send me an email, and I'll send you the 30 days free, okay? If you want to buy direct, it's the easiest way. 1 month, 25, that grandfathers you in for life. So when Crush Courts is released, you will still get in for 25. 3 months, 60, 6 months, 125. No nonsense here, no snake oil, straight up. None of these Twitter type cappers that are complete poverty. What you see is what you get. I'm very active in my community, so give it a shot. It's CaptainCrush.net. The fantasy sheet alone is worth the price of admission. And just so you can see here, the last 2 YouTube lineups I made, the last 2 videos, this was yesterday's. Drummond got into foul trouble, complete poverty, played like 19 minutes. That game went into overtime. He should have been a free square. 6 fouls, and he still had 8 rebounds in like 19 minutes. Ridiculous. Fox, Aldama, Daniels, and then Mills. I told you guys I liked him at 29.5. I figured he was going to land right on 30. Obviously, the game script didn't go the way I thought it would. The Bills literally were the ones playing from behind all night, which is hilarious. But James Cook got his rush attempts. But the point of this is this. Santi Aldama was the #1 projected fantasy point yesterday, and he got 44. I told you guys on this video it was roulette with them. Jock, Howard, Vince Williams, Aldama. Aldama cash, Josh cash, Williams cash, their fantasy, and I think Coward hook. And then the day before, it was Draymond Green at 25.5. He got 31. Those fantasy sheets are crucial, so make sure you're taking advantage of that, and you can only get it by being in the Discord. So please, please, please take advantage of the tools that you are given in my Discord server, guys. You got role member slips, you got mine, you got the daily prop list, you got the live streams and more. Take advantage of it or you're selling yourself. Maybe on live stream today, we'll do an all fantasy score thing. The only reason I don't do them more often for everybody and I let you guys pick and choose is because not everybody has PrizePicks and can do fantasy scores or Underdog, which whatever, everyone should have Underdog, but that's neither here nor there. Either way, if you don't want to take their fantasy scores, you might be able to pivot to PRA. If you're questionable, let me know and I will tell you. There is a bunch on here today that are worth considering, especially for game stacks. You could do a 2v2 with the Miami Heat and Chicago Bulls game. There's a lot of guys on there. Heck, Coby White's fantasy scores in the mix as well. Now, there's 3 other plays that I want to talk about. We talked about Coby, Zion. Now we're going to talk about the Portland Trailblazers, specifically Donovan Clingan and Clingan. Did they move his line up? Let's see. Okay, his line is 12.5 RA. It was 12. It was 11.5. It was 12. Now it's all the way up to there. What do we know about the Warriors? They give up rebounds and assists to bigs, specifically centers. I think him at 11.5 is good. Now the problem with these props, just like Drummond yesterday, sometimes they feel and look so good no matter what value you get, and then they just chalk their souls to the depths of hell. But Donovan Clingan has to be considered on RA today, especially with Portland news coming down the pike. Okay, if you see here, versus centers, they are ranked 19th in rebounds allowed and assists allowed, they're ranked 26, which is weird because you would think the rebounds allowed, they'd be ranked more towards the bottom. If you go to power forwards, rebounds allowed, they're ranked 21st. They just don't play well against big players. But you can see Ware got there, Carter got there, Queen got there, Wemby got there, and Chet Holmgren got there for their RA. He should have no issue getting this done. And then his assists, they're ranked 26th in assists allowed. I actually took a shot on his demon. You can see he's only averaging 1 or 2 potential assists a game, but they should be quality potential assists. And then rebound chances, 30. 27, 19, 15, 22. If he gets 30 rebound chances tonight, he's soaring over this line. 27, 19. I mean, it's great. There's no reason not to play this. And then you could run it back with Curry if you'd like. Curry should have a big game, even though it's a bad matchup on paper. That's up to you. You can see they took off his 1.5 assist was a demon. They took it off. Now you only get 0.5 and 2.5. Of course, that is the PrizePicks way, but I'm sure you can find it at 1.5 somewhere. And then the next 2 guys, okay, the next 2 guys are juiced under right now, which I don't understand, and we're going to dissect this together. Look, Lauri Markkanen. But first, all right, so what I'm going to do over here on Parlay Play is I'm just going to take Coby White's points at 20.5 and Zion's points at 22.5. It pays 3.1x. I'm just going to take the 2 legs here, and then if you want to add a third, you could take any of these promos. Booker, Amen Thompson, I like him. Denny Avdija's boosted at 27.5. You could take any of the promos that are here, the hockey ones, Jakob Podol, Denny Avdija, any of those payout boosts would be fine, but I am going to put 100 on their points. I took their PRAs and other lineups. I'm not sure why Coby White's points keeps moving down. I really don't understand it. The point total, again, is 250. So unless Coby White is going to be on some minutes restriction tonight and they're not announcing it, I'm going to be upset. Listen, if you're afraid of that, please play Josh Giddey. But these 2 are fine. I told you Williamson's PRA or his fantasy and Coby White the same. If you want to tail, the promo code is CRUSH. And if you are a new user, I will give you 30 days free of my Discord and they will match you and give you a free square up to 100 pesos. Okay. Now let's go over to Onyx so I can tell you about the guys that are juiced under finally. Okay. We are at the tail end of this long video. And where is it now? Okay. It is Lauri Markkanen facing my OKC Thunder. You hate to see it, but I'll tell you this. He's 23.5 over here, but 24.5 is plus 100. Okay, I actually like that. Why? I mean, it's crazy. Why? Here's the deal. OKC is likely going to blow them out. I get it, comment guy. I get it. But Lauri Markkanen's been respecting coin, and until he doesn't respect coin, he gets to be in the lineups. He's 4 of 4 on his last 5 that he paid me out. I've had him each time. I'm not fading him here, even though I know OKC is going to cook them. Now, if we go check out his analytics, you could see previously he was on a different team, number one, but also he didn't do well here. But look at this. The one weakness OKC has is versus power forwards at the points allowed. They're ranked 24th, averaging 25 points allowed to power forwards. And Lauri Markkanen plays hard. It opened at 25. Now it's at 24.5. You can get it at 23 at a reasonable rate on Onyx. And you can see, again, he's failed to exceed 24.5 in 12 of his last 15 versus top 10 defenses. I get it overall, but the micro matchup is good. And if Lauri Markkanen gets to play 35 minutes tonight, he's going to chuck shots, and this should go green. And they're paying us odds for it. Again, we couldn't find a worse matchup. We just couldn't. There isn't one. But there are simulations where he goes over 25. There is a realm of possibilities where he gets 25 points tonight, guys. There just is. Look at ever since this season, his floor and ceiling is way too high, okay? Against Phoenix, decent defense he got there. Against Portland, decent defense. He put up 32. Against Phoenix, again, 33. He put up 40 against the Hawks. He put up 47 against the Bulls, and he put up 31 against the Lakers. I mean, guys, he plays big minutes, and even in 32 or 34 minutes, he's getting this done. He's their primary scorer. I'm just going with it. And then number two is Aaron Gordon. His line was at 17.5. Now it's all the way down to 16.5. Okay, it went down to 14.5, 16.5, 17. I don't understand why they're juicing this under. Like I said, look, it's a bad matchup overall, right? But look at this. Versus power forwards, they're dead last, 30th. They're giving up the most points per game to power forwards. The Houston Rockets are. And Aaron Gordon, all he does is score, okay? The only fear I have is that maybe he gets into foul trouble. But look at the similar players that have got there. Evan Mobley got there, okay? 18 points. Tomlin got there. Tumani got there. Bagley got there. Giannis got there. Bobby Portis got there. And Kyle Kuzma. Giannis dropped 37. Granted, Aaron Gordon is not Giannis. But they are dead last. I know they're ranked 5th in points allowed. But to this specific position, I can't ignore this. Now, granted, Giannis is bringing this average up crazy. You have to consider that. That is something next level. So when you look at this, you can be like, yeah, Giannis dropped 37. That's going to skew the average. But still, a lot of other guys have been clearing their lines. I'm not exactly sure why it's being juiced under other than the bad overall matchup, but it's a close spread. What they could be signaling to us is that it's going to be a joker game, okay? If it's a joker game, then of course, all bets are off. But I like Aaron Gordon's points, his PRA, and I do like Jamal Murray and Joker, obviously. This is the road less traveled. Aaron Gordon is just like Lauri Markkanen. He's been cashing me on all my lineups. No questions asked. I have no problem going right back to him until he does sell me. 16.5 points. You're going to give it to me at 16.5 points, and I think you can take it at 17.5 for plus money, which you can, and this would pay plus 306, aka 25 would pay you $101, okay? So 25 pays you 4x. Now remember, you can always take these guys as alternate lines too. Like I am taking their demon variants because it's going to pay 4x. If you want to take Lauri to get 15 or 18 points and Aaron Gordon to get 14, that's going to be more optimal every time. But look, I have $25 on here. I have to put more on here. But you can see 25 wins 101, right? So if you do 1250, you'll win 50 even. You can put that in like this, okay? Again, if you use code CRUSH and you play through $10, which means deposit it, you're going to get 4 free bets for 25. If you verify your ID, you get 3 $5 bets for a total of 15. So you can get $115 free, and 15 of it you don't even need to deposit. Okay, so you can literally do any of this. It's code CRUSH, and then I'm going to show you another way to take this as well. All right, so we got Coby White here. We'll take Coby to get 17.5. Then we will take Zion to get his points at, what is he at? We'll get him to get 19.5. We're taking Clingan. Let's see what they got him up for. Clingan's rebounds or his RA. Also, Joker double-double for sure in play. Clingan here to get 10. Then if you wanted to take Lauri and Gordon, you could take them down at the bottom. Now, I don't recommend taking Lauri and Gordon goblins except for their demons. But if you did this, you did 1250, you win 37. So it's still fine. And I just did this right here. It's plus 197. And they're all floor plays. So 12 to win 37, aka a PrizePicks 2-man. I added a leg, but these are floored. On the live stream today, we will be building multiple lineups, so I want you guys to get there. Please don't forget CaptainCrush.net, guys. You can get in on the cheap and backdoor your way in. If you're a first-time Onyx users, you get 30 days free. You just have to email me and let me know. But you can see here, if you were to take the same lineup on PrizePicks, it doesn't pay as much. 12 would pay you 30, Clingan, Zion, Coby, versus Coby, Zion, Clingan paying 37. It's an extra $7, guys. Granted, I paid 50 cents more, but if I add it here, you can see it's still $31.25. You're making an extra $6 more. Okay, so if you do this every day, that little edge of making more coin, it matters. So make sure you're shopping around using books, ParlayPlay, Onyx, PrizePicks, Underdog, all of them. The code is CRUSH on any book. Get your value. I am a master at teaching you guys how to value shop. Sorry for the late video. This is going to be the last week of late videos. I'm going to start, everyone, do the videos. I'm going to start doing them most likely either the night before or early morning. Now, when I do that, lines are going to change. News is going to come out, and that's just going to be how it is, but I will try it out for you guys. So do me a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe. Everything is for information and entertainment purposes only. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.